National Basketball Association, or the NBA for short, is considered to be the most prestigious basketball organization in the world. The NBA also holds a worldwide fame generated from some of the all-time greats like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, and the greatest player ever, Michael Jordan. Maintaining a large cultural and economical influence now, the 1949 NBA would soon grow to become one of the most popular sports leagues internationally.
The NBA was created on August 3, 1949, after the Basketball Association of America, or the BAA, and the National Basketball League, or the NBL, merged. Separately, the leagues were founded June 6, 1946, and were small organizations.
The sport of basketball was also small and drastically different from today. The 1946 basketball leagues, quote, bore little resemblance to the leaping, balletic version of today's NBA. That game was from a different era of low-scoring basketball, a time when hoops as a pro spectacle was just coming out of the dance halls. Players did not routinely double pump or slam dunk. The fact of the matter was that the players did not and could not jump very well, nor was there a 24-second clock. Teams had unlimited time to shoot. The jump shot was a radical notion.
The BAA opened with 11 franchises that were formed to compete in two divisions. The East consisted of the Boston Celtics, Philadelphia Warriors, Providence Steamrollers, Washington Capitals, New York Knicks, and Toronto Raptors. In the West were the Pittsburgh Ironmen, Chicago Stags, Detroit Falcons, St. Louis Bombers, and Cleveland Rebels. Each franchise paid a $10,000 franchise fee, as well as salaries for players. The salaries were mostly around $5,000 a season, much different than today's extremely high salaries, as well as the absence of NBA merchandise sales.
The African American culture is a large part of America's mixing pot of a culture. As a major subject of racism and segregation, as well as a negative past with white people, African Americans for the first time truly led and represented something large in America. The NBA. They first entered and rapidly dominated the league. The most skilled and popular players were black and were responsible for the NBA's transformation into a billion-dollar industry. Furthermore, the sport is distinctly urban, relentlessly innovative, and always stylistic, a result of the segregation African Americans faced, which further characterized their culture. However, the NBA is not limited to only African American culture. Globally, the National Basketball Association has entered essentially every country. Thanks to foreign players, the league is no longer exclusively American. Germans, Chinese, French, and Spanish, as well as other nationalities, now appear in the NBA. Quote, if you look at the international coaches and players who come here, the first guy that always pops up is Manu and what he symbolizes for the game. A multi-skilled guy who can score, create, make plays. To me, that's been very symbolic of the whole international influence. Statistically, foreign-born players make up about 25% of the total players in the NBA, spanning over 37 different ethnicities. Clothing has also played a large part in culture and, in a sense, characterized people. In today's society, NBA jerseys, shirts, hats, and jackets are a common appearance, and famous basketball players' shoe brands are also seen often. Even in foreign countries, NBA remains a prominent appearance, being one of the most popular brands worldwide. Allen Iverson, a former 76er star, as well as a widely regarded cultural phenom, played a large role in cultural impact.
NBA switched up its dress code. And I wonder, when you see these guys now in like the floral tuxedo jackets and the bedazzled loafers, do you ever think to yourself, like, whoa, like what the hell was so outrageous about the way I was dressing?
I knew the reason it changed was because of me. I mean, anybody with
half a brain
would know that. And then it wasn't just because I was dressing like that, it was because everybody started doing it. You know what I mean? Everybody started, you know, because guys wanted to do it. You know what I mean? Guys wanted to wear tattoos and, you know, dress the way they wanted to dress and, you know, wear jewelry and, you know, but they didn't know the effects of it. They didn't know how people were going to react to it. And me, it wasn't nothing that I was trying to do different. It was just, this is the way the guys where I'm from dress. You know, I didn't make it up. The guys that I grew up with, that's how they dress.
As one of the 4 major sports leagues in America, the rest being National Football League, Major League Baseball, and the National Hockey League, the NBA holds a prominent economic standing. The league has various methods that contribute to their economic success. Sales play perhaps the largest role, benefiting the American economy as well. The variety of merchandise that the league produces and profits from make up a large percentage of the $4.5 billion they make in total. From video games to jerseys and other kinds of NBA merchandise, the millions of fans that exist worldwide purchase these things consistently. Furthermore, the NBA also profits from ticket sales to games. Some of the factors that draw fans towards watching games in person are seeing their favorite players, high-stakes competition, social activity, watching dramatic events in great places, as well as others. 22,500,000 people have been estimated to watch games in person and buying tickets over the last season. Factoring in the rising prices tickets, the NBA made approximately $1,125 million just from ticket sales during the regular season. The All-Star Weekend impacts the economy dramatically as well. The economic impact has been reported to be $106 million. Visitors often spend an average of $904 during those several days. Lastly, the NBA franchises and players each have high values. For example, the average franchise value of 30 franchises is $634 million, with the New York Knicks leading at $1.4 billion. Also, the average NBA player of 410 players makes about $4.3 million, with Kobe Bryant leading at $30 million.
Since 1949, the NBA has grown an immeasurable amount. Starting off as an unknown professional league of an unpopular sport, it now holds a prominent position economically and culturally worldwide, as well as having a strong presence among the professional sports leagues. The NBA is currently a multi-billion-dollar organization, a level that the original founders never even dreamed of achieving.